Hi YouTube, today I've got a review of a gun I've owned for about 2 years. It's the Savage 19 R17 FB, and I do get confused with the model numbers because there's lots of them. Basically it's a 17 Hmr with a heavy barrel with a plastic stock and of course the all important Accu Trigger. I've owned this gun, like I say, for probably about 2 years, and I've shot it a reasonable amount, probably say 200 to 300 rounds, not a huge amount. Bought the gun because I was interested in the 17 Hmr round and I wanted something that was cheap. It's a sub $300 gun, so I went for that. I didn't want to invest a huge amount of money just to explore the cartridge. I put a cheaper scope on. This is a Dust Tool Dawn. This is a 6 to 18 scope with a 50mm objective lens, and overall I've been actually very happy with it. And I bought a similar scope for my Hmr 308 project that I'm working on right now. The 17 Hmr cartridge is 0.17 of an inch. It's a very small cartridge. It's a step up from the 22 long rifle. Has a lot more power, I would say, than the 22, but the prices are more expensive too. These are the Hmr 17 grain VMAX by Hyundai, and they come in normally a block of 50, and they retail from 18 to 20 bucks, somewhere around there. The gun itself has a 5-round magazine, has a 1-in-9 twist, it's a metal magazine, and weighs around 5.5 pounds, so it's not a light gun. The scope rings that you need are high, obviously, because of the large objective lens if you're going to go that route. And overall, I've really enjoyed the gun. It's actually very accurate. It's fun to shoot. It's relatively cheap. It's not as cheap as a 22. So if you're going to go for your first gun that you're going to be shooting lots and getting that trigger time down with, I would probably go for a 22. It bolt cycles very easily. It's a cheaper construction. I mean, it's a sub $300 gun, but overall I've been very happy with it. It's been a great gun. It's been a lot of fun. My biggest problem really is with the 17 Hmr. With my style of hunting, I do big game hunting and small game hunting, and not much in the middle. So I'll shoot grouse, rabbits, and then I'll go on to deer, elk, and moose once I get the opportunity. So the 17 Hmr round, I feel, for small game is too powerful. It extends the range of a smaller caliber, where you would normally shoot out to maybe 50 yards with a 22 on small game. You can typically shoot out to maybe 150 yards with a 17 Hmr. But that is too far away, and the damage that a 17 Hmr does to small game is pretty catastrophic. You're going to waste a lot of meat. It explodes. If you're hunting things like groundhog or prairie dog, whatever name you give to them, and you just like to kill them and don't harvest the meat, then it's probably a good gun if you're into that type of hunting. Personally, if I shoot it, then I eat it. So that's kind of where my ethical hunting lies. It's up to you what you do. That's the way I feel about it. So onwards. So the 17 Hmr, some people use them for fox, coyote, and even wolf. I've seen people use them. Does it do the job? Probably, yeah. And I've seen these shot out to 400 yards accurately. But I don't really hunt that type of animal. So to me, this gun is fun to shoot. I recommend the gun if you want a sub $300 Hmr with a heavy barrel. And I would go for the heavy barrel, definitely. It's a little bit heavier, but it's actually, the accuracy, I find anyway, is extremely good. But the Hmr round, I'm probably not going to continue with. I'll be selling this gun shortly. I'll make probably a small loss on it. But you know what? You got to invest. You got to try these things. Like I say, I've owned this gun for about 2 years. I don't like to review things unless I've actually used them for an amount of time. I'm not guys just going to buy a gun, not fire it, not shoot it, and then give you a review and tell you go out and buy it because it's great. So overall, the gun is a competent gun. Heavy barrel love. The Accu Trigger really makes this gun. It's the reason I bought the Axis Mark II, is because they upgraded from the Axis Mark I, and the big upgrade was the Accu Trigger. If you don't know about the Accu Trigger, then it's worth investing the time and learn about it. Basically, it allows the trigger to be loaded a lot lighter than normal, but have effectively a safety sear. So the Accu Trigger is probably one of the biggest changes in trigger technology in recent years, and it's been copied by a lot of other companies, including Ruger. They have their own version of that, but effectively it's kind of the same. So this is great. If you're wondering about the bipod, this is a Harris bipod. I wouldn't buy any of the other cheaper type. Harris is the bipod to buy. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope you liked my quick overview, tabletop review of the Savage 93 R17 FV, and see you next time.